Hey, it's Chris Byer.
Chris Bolin.
CB, we've
AJ
got a
Brown.
good guest today with
Adam
AJ
Brown.
Brown. AJ Brown Imaging, also known as Adam Brown, a friend of mine for many decades. Excited to have him on in focus today. Adam slash AJ, whatever you want to call you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and what it is that your company does.
Yeah, so I go by AJ Brown usually in the business world because that's how you find me on the internet. Well, until this football player took all my SEO, this guy from
Yeah,
the Eagles.
absolutely.
But I'm an architectural photographer. I shoot 100% architecture and furniture. So I've been doing this for 15 years now. I went to college in Santa Barbara to art school, photography school, and then moved back here and started doing this. I always just wanted to focus on architecture. My dad's an architect, and
Yeah.
I wasn't as good at math as he was, so I got into photography instead. So, but I get to see this world, but quicker turnarounds. My projects last about a month and rather
Yeah.
than years. So,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, I enjoy it. So I moved back and started doing that, and it just grew over time. I just stayed with it, and it grew and grew.
Love it.
Yeah, and I don't expect you to name drop because we'll definitely put your profile up on these posts so people can see some of your work. But I mean, you're working with major construction companies, architecture firms, large retail. I mean, it's some pretty well known Midwest companies, but you touch some of the coasts too from time to time, but mostly is Midwest, right?
Yeah, 85% of it's Midwest. I can drive to it. I always tell people, I'm in Moline, Illinois. So there's probably 8 or 9 Midwest cities that I can get to within seven
Yeah,
hours drive. So that's kind of my where I stay. And I have some clients that will send me further here and there, but usually I'm in the Midwest, yeah. And most of it's
yeah,
architecture firms.
yeah. It's pretty cool. I remember you were down in Galesburg to shoot the train station redo. That was a
Yeah,
number of years ago. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
small things like that up to major construction. So
Yeah, I've shot wastewater treatment facilities all the way to the University of Washington football
Wow.
facilities. So
Very
it's
yeah.
cool.
anything my clients need pictures of, I can do it. That's kind of the thing.
So if you look at a shoot of a building, new construction, is that multiple days trying to get similar image that you get the right one? Are you meshing things together? Is it one single shot that you're using? I mean, how does that come about for you?
We usually would do, depending on the size of the building, we'll do 1 day to 3 days for big
Okay.
projects. Usually I tell people, and this is somewhat shocking sometimes, but I can get about 15 pictures in a full day's work. So if you need 30 pictures, we'll spend 2 days.
Yeah.
And weather is always a factor. So if weather comes
Yeah.
into play, I have to remain flexible. But people are making a decent investment, so we make sure they get what they need.
Yeah. I mean, certainly with your dad's background in architecture, this makes sense. How do you get connected with these architecture firms? Some of they're probably bringing you to their clients, so you that's who you're usually calling on to get the job. But how did you get into that? I mean,
Yeah.
those are some big firms.
Well, my first client uh was the architecture firm my dad worked for.
Yeah,
And they've been my longest standing client. They still hire me. They're one of my best clients actually. But so that was how I started. I got in
yeah,
with them, and then honestly, it was just cold emails and cold calls in the beginning.
yeah,
I was trying to get 2 or 3 new clients a year in the beginning, and I don't do a whole lot of that anymore. I've figured out some SEO stuff so people can search for me and find me.
yeah,
So I don't do a lot of cold calling anymore, but it started that way. And like if an architecture firm hires me, there's always a construction company involved.
yeah,
Sometimes there's a developer involved. Sometimes, say if it's a healthcare thing, then there's a healthcare group involved. So I'll license the images to the architecture firm and the construction company and the
yeah,
healthcare facility and the developer. And I do a cost sharing thing, so it reduces the cost for everyone as more parties
yeah.
jump on licensing. So the cost goes down for them and it goes up for me. And I've structured it that way, and and I gain new clients that way too, because the construction company, then they hear about
Yeah.
me and well, maybe they want me to shoot something else too. So it's kind of
Yeah.
grown that way.
I like it.
No, it's pretty cool. I mean, you're in sales as well. I mean, that's just it. Like you got to build your client base. You got
Yeah.
to take care of them. You got to
Yeah.
keep the relationship going, and then at the same time do the work. So
Yeah.
some
Well, Chris
similarities
used
to
to
what we're
tease
doing.
me about how many jobs I've had, and some of them were sales. So
Never.
I think it helped me out, in the long run.
Yeah, you've definitely found your niche in the photography. So the question I've got for you: will you shoot a family wedding for me, or would you
No.
shoot a high school graduation photo? I mean, you're a photographer, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
part of
No, I
your
don't.
regimen?
I think early on I took on one wedding for a friend as
Yeah,
a favor who was kind of broke, so I was like, all right, I'll do it. That was the worst. I'll never. There's people that are super good at it
Yeah.
and make
yeah,
good money doing it and are awesome. And this is how I nicely say it, like you need to hire them, not me.
yeah.
I don't want to mess with that. That's it's a whole other
But you know
game.
that, and the reason I asked that too is your stuff. I mean, that's just it. You know what you're good at, and that's dealing with people
Yeah.
and all of that environment versus I got to go shoot the building and the project in front of me.
Right.
So you've really narrowed that scope down.
Yeah, I've tried to stay pretty focused. I turn down stuff, pretty often that isn't architecture or
Yeah,
furniture related. I guess just at this point, I'll have to take that kind of work, but
yeah,
Good for you.
I just wanted to stay focused and hone my craft in one specialty. And some people advise towards that, some people advise against it, but it's
yeah,
worked for me. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's knowing who your ideal client is important, isn't it, CB?
Yeah, right.
Very
Yeah.
important. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's been good to talk through. CB, I know you've got your famous question
I
at the
do.
end of our interviews. We'll hit him hard with it.
All right, Adam. Either you've had a good day, a bad day, a tough day, or just a long week. Is there a motto? Is there something that just keeps you going?
Well, I guess it always comes back to like, what did my dad tell me, as a
Yeah.
kid? So it's two things I always think about.
All right.
The more stuff you have, the more stuff will break.
Yes.
Very true.
So, minimize things as much as you can. And also, he told me when I was getting married, he said, choose your battles.
Amen.
Yeah.
So I like that.
No, both good advice. Your dad, smart dude. So yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
good dads go a long way. Yeah.
They sure do.
Yes, yes, they do.
They
Well,
sure
thanks
do.
for jumping on. We will certainly highlight AJ Brown Imaging on our post coming up when we put this live, and look forward
Cool.
to
Yeah.
getting that
Highlight
shared out.
my
So
personal page
Okay.
is where I do stuff. AJ Brown rather than the business page is not as active.
Cool.
perfect. We'll do.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us,
Nice
sir.
meeting you.
Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Yep. See ya.